Good morning, my name's Gemma. Welcome to day 16 of NaNoWriMo. I must have completely lost my mind because I'm going to attempt something which I think I've probably attempted before over a decade ago and never actually achieved or probably got anywhere near, and that is a 10k day. 10,000 words in one day. It's currently 6:37, which is a little bit later than I planned, but we were up for an hour in the night with a nosebleed. Everyone else is still in bed, including the neighbours. I am up with all my cute lights. I still don't exactly know anything about what I'm writing today because I'm still in the confusing bit of their relationship. So what's going to happen? Update on word count is my current nano total is 44,004 words. 35,098 of them are my novel. I don't want to say let's see if we can break 50k today, but if we're going to write 10k, then we're going to break 50k. I'm just going to have to get on with it. The sun has come up. It's 7:39, and I've just completed a scene 1 for the day, which came in at 1,055 words. I also had a cuddle with Jim in that time. Now I better go and see what he wants for breakfast and possibly think of where the hell we're going next, because I still have no idea. Scene 2 for the day is done at 617 words. So we've at least met our entire 1667 for the day. I'm now making physical deals with myself. I've started another scene, which I think is one that might actually survive. It's just going to have to be massively changed, but we're just going to get it out. Then I'm going to have some breakfast and take it from there. It's only 4,324 words to 50k. It's 9:10. It's fine. What's 9:10 is? It's nothing. It's Saturday. We've got a blue sky. It's gonna be fine. Go again. Scene 3 finished at 1,041 words, which is giving us a total of 2,713. And it's only 10 to 10. That scene I didn't think I was going to scrap. I think it is going to still be a part in the book, but I've ended it really awkwardly. I don't want to get to a point where I'm literally just skipping over bits. Like, this will happen here, this will happen here, and skipping over the most part, because otherwise I'll just do that for the entire thing and let myself get away with murder. But there are going to be certain things that I'm just going to have to be okay with letting slide for now, because I don't know the answers, or putting a temporary answer in. I'm starting to really question my decision to do 10,000 words today, but the bonuses were only 3,324 away from the end. Why? I must be insane. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get breakfast now. Fuel. We need fuel. I'm still in my dressing gown because I've just realised that my pyjamas underneath this are far worse, and you don't want to see those. I've got my breakfast, but before I got up and did it, all morning I've been making random notes of scenes that I need to write. If I don't know where it's going next, at least I can pull something out of the bag that's in the last 20-30% of this book anyway. And actually, I've just put them into some sort of order. And I don't want to say that it's kind of going to work out, because I still think there's going to be a lot that I need to go back and foreshadow and make a bigger deal of. But actually, it's not a massive bam revelation like I was waiting for. It's not an insecurity, but this is how the mental game would creep in. And it's enough that it's worth debating if this entire relationship is worth it. But it's not, wow, these have got emotional baggage. It's, I think I can make it look like a completely human, normal reaction rather than an overreaction. And a story in how sometimes shit happens, and if little bits of shit happen, eventually they add up to big shit, which you then feel like you've got to overcome. So I think I'm going to enjoy my cereal that's got far too much sugar on and see where the next one takes me. Now that we've kind of got a path. We were going down a path and then there was just a big clearing with all the scenes in and we didn't know which ones. Now I feel that the clearing's a little bit narrower, so at least we can navigate onto the next thing. Don't get too excited about it yet. Let's go again. Bags under my eyes are so bad that I can literally see them in the reflection of my computer. And whoever said writers do their best work when staring out the window was absolutely right. Next door's dog is sad because they've gone out for a little bit. He's absolutely fine, but he's still quite young. So do you think it might be a better use of my time if I break into next door, break the dog out, and just sit him under my desk for a little bit until they come back? Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do some dog burglary. Piece 4 is done at 520 words. Piece 5 is started. Breakfast is finished. The bun still very much in place. Can I get this finished before 12? I suppose really I need to get to 5,000 words before 12. One step at a time. Just as I was about to film this video, some kids played knock and run on my house. And I'm glad they didn't have to awkwardly see me put my sliders back on to go and have a look out of the window, because chances are, even if it was someone I knew, I wasn't going to open the door. Anyway, good afternoon. It is 12:42. I have put on something slightly more respectable. My husband has come back in with a load of shopping from Morrison's and then gone back out to buy a draining board. I'm 6 scenes down. Scene number 5, including a sex scene, 1,157 words. And scene number 6, 780 words, which is a total of 5,170 for the day. So if I can hit 5,000 from pretty much 7 o'clock till 12, I can do another 5,000 in another 5 hours before 6 o'clock. To repeat myself, the whole of my 50k I never ever thought would get as part of this novel. So my aim for that was 30k and the rest is 20. So I've been doing a memoir style process diary on the side, and I think that what I've written in there so far, the extra 826 words, should push me over to exactly 50k. Now this whole time I have been chasing the dragon, so I'm ahead. I want to stay ahead, right? See how far we can push this. You know, any day that I'm not meeting the 1667, I'm not happy because it's eating into my lead, even though my lead is like plus 20,000 or something like that. But as soon as I saw that the little circle, it's on 98%, go to 49,174, you know, that little tickle of excitement that you get in your throat. So what I think I'm going to do is, usually I do the diary on a day-to-day basis and then log that at the end of the day. But I think I'm going to log that now, and then I can start a post 50k diary. I can't breathe when I say that. I am the last minute one, the literal last second human. You've seen videos of me be incredibly last minute about everything. Have it completed when it's been part of my life for 10 years. Am I gonna cry? Probably. It's very weird. And now because I've done it, or because for most months this year I've been churning out word counts that are minimum 12k a month, minimum. I've done a good couple of months that were 20 something. Last month I did 30 something. So when you do that, you start to think that 50k is going to be nothing. But actually, I'm not going to wait for someone to tell me this is a big deal. I'm going to tell myself in the knowledge that this is a big deal. It's a big deal. If you're not used to writing and you get 1,000 words, that's also a big deal. Putting yourself out there and trying to do something, whether you achieve it or not, putting the effort in is a big deal. I never thought that I'd get to 50k in the month. I never thought I'd get to 40k so far that's purely on this novel alone. And that's why I didn't factor that into my target. Not even counting the fact that it's only the 16th. With me doing this while I'm trying to make writing full-time work, I don't know, I just wanted to test stuff out. And I never thought that I'd get into such a routine as I have. I mean, it's not quite a routine by the normal routine standards, but every day I've wanted to write, even though the words have been rubbish and I've waded through mud with a lot of them. I've wanted to sit down and put something on that page consistently for 16 days, and that has never happened before. So it's getting me emotional. So let's put those 826 words into NaNoWriMo and see if my maths is correct. Not gonna cry. Not gonna cry. And there we go, my badge has just appeared. What are these ones? As I said, I really struggle with consistency and really struggle with my enjoyment of said practice sometimes and my relationship with it, and feeling imposter syndrome for the stuff that I churn out. And I know in 10 minutes from now I'll be like, it's only 50k. Now every year from now is going to be spoilt by that because I'm going to want it in less than 16 days. But for the moment, I have got another 4,000 odd words to be finishing for this 10k day. And then tomorrow we will worry about getting this actual novel finished. Didn't expect that for this video, did you? I didn't. I've never seen purple look so beautiful. No, but seriously, Gemma, we've got to get back to the important stuff. We've got 10k to be finishing, and then we better get this bloody book finished, whether it gets to 50k on its own or not. Get back to writing. It is now 1:45. Just done scene 7. That was 982 words. So I think we're at around 7,000 for the day. But I've definitely given myself an adrenaline headache and possibly a dehydration headache. We go and get some food. James still isn't back with the draining board, so the glamour of actual real life. Anyway, I think I'm going to go and put some gluten-free fish fingers in, charge my computer because it's only on 14%, but I think that's done pretty well for the day, and just have a chill and see where we end up. in the grand scheme of things, it's 3k. I could write 3k in an evening if I was really feeling inspired, so it feels a little bit less daunting. And actually, I've just had to remind myself that from where we were this morning, where we had literally no idea, now we've got a list of scenes. We're slowly working through them. We've reached one big milestone. The next big milestone is going to be the 10k for today, and we'll worry about the actually getting this book finished after that. One step at a time. The next step involves fish fingers. That's British life for you. See you in a bit. On Exotic Writer Gate, I'm now eating my fish finger sandwich. If you're not from the UK and you were ever told it's all about fish and chips, it's not all about fish and chips. It's about fish finger sandwiches. North-South divide would be, what are you having? What kind of bread are you having your fish finger sandwich on? But it's all about the fish finger sandwich. In terms of draining board gate, draining board dish wrap gate, he's been gone for nearly 2 hours. And I know he's back because I can see his car parked outside and he's just tagged me in something on Facebook. So if you're not married and you didn't know what marriage was like, I'm hoping he's got one, but he's having 5 minutes in the car tagging me in things on Facebook. Exotic life. He's coming now and it's looking hopeful that he's got what he wants. And also, he said that he'd bought me something, which is a surprise if I've reached 50k. And now I'm pretty much at 51. So we get to tell him that when he comes in and see what the surprise is. I'm scared. He's gone off list. He said he had a brainwave. It could literally be anything. It said my prize is not here. Scene 7. No, I've already told you about scene 7. Scene 8 came in at an extra 1,215 words. When I made my list this morning, I made a little check as to let's try and get to this point, and that was that scene. So we've got to the minimum that I wanted to do. And I think in total for words we're at 8,193, 52,197. And it's still not quite 20 to 4. I've just had to have a word with myself though, that my inner editor is trying to creep in. It's trying to tell me that my timing's all off, my pacing's all off, focusing too much on the scenes that don't need focusing on and probably missing out all the important bits. But it's NaNoWriMo. First, 0, trash draft. That doesn't matter. Remember, we're literally just following the headlights and seeing where we ended up. And what a privileged thing to come out with, because this morning I literally didn't know the first scene that I was going to write when I got up. And now I've kind of got a roadmap, so I'm never ever pleased. This is probably why I've tried to struggle, like my practice has been a struggle the entire time, because if I'm struggling, I'm behind, I know what I'm struggling against. If I'm ahead, I then have to create mental things for me to struggle against. And my subconscious is very good at coming up with those things. And I don't need any of that. So I'd rather, I think this is a preference for being behind. I really need to give it a break now. I've never been at the point where I've had to force myself, in 29 years of life, I've had to force myself to take a break. Because usually anything shiny will take my attention. So I don't know. I want to try and get to 43k in Manchester, which is 535 words away. That might get me nearly at 10k. This is not how I foresaw this writing day going. But I suppose if you go in thinking it's all going to be brilliant, it all goes to poo. And because I thought it was going to be poo, it's going well, and then I don't know what to do with that. Writing and creativity is a mental game. Don't let anyone tell you any different. Never happy. We're all just never happy. So I could have a break. Or I could see how many words I can get done before my husband gets out of the shower and comes to annoy me. Maybe I'll do that instead. I'm driving myself insane. 535 extra words and then I'm done. I'm done. Let's go.
smell that? That's maybe a steak and kidney pie, unless I'm mistaken. We've fallen on our feet here, haven't we? Yeah.
Good evening. It went dark very fast. It's 5:45. I think I'm done. It's time to be done. We've got one scene past where I planned this morning. It's still crazy that this morning I had no actual plan and now I can kind of see the end. We've got 9 pieces in. The 9th piece was 600 words exactly. So with that and all the additional progress diary kind of stuff that I've added in, we've got 9,518 words for the day. Also, considering this project was supposed to be, this novel was supposed to be 30,000 words, that I would probably be about 18,000 into by the 30th. That is how I imagine this going. We're currently on 43,065, which means I've got to do slightly less than 500 a day to make that a nano idea of itself. There are still 14 days left to write. I think I need a break and to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with the rest of my time. James is under the impression that I should go for double. I do not think that I could keep up this pace for another 14 days. And I think once I've slept on it, I'll be quite proud of what has happened here, because I don't think I've ever pulled off a 9,500 word day. I think the most I've probably ever done was 8,000, so probably about 8,500, and that was quite a rare occasion. So yeah, I feel quite bad at suddenly being an overachiever. I'm currently at 107% of Nano's goal on day 16. I've never been an overachiever at anything before, apart from that one dance open evening I had where the amount of trophies would not fit in my bag so that it would close. And I was 10. I've not felt like everybody should hate me for being an overachiever since that point. So I'm going to force myself to take a break. It's time for some Strictly Come Dancing. I've got popcorn. Take a breath and enjoy them still being very much together and very much in love for a little while longer, because it's probably not going to last much longer. Actually, what I will do, just to demonstrate, when I say these words, this is my word count, these words are in no way good. The thing I've realised is I write so much speech that I'm starting normal sentences with speech marks and then catching myself because it's not supposed to be speech, because I'm so used to putting speech marks in. It's just been shockingly bad. But it's there and it's told me exactly where they're going so that I can fix it later, and that's all we can ask for. That is the whole point in the invention of NaNoWriMo. Although there was one this morning which was so shockingly bad that even as I wrote it, I thought you should not be committing these words to a screen. I think I got lost halfway through the sentence. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I found it. God. Her heart rejoined her chest from her arse. If that's not some... I mean, that's too bad for my dad wrote a porno, that is. I think what I meant to say is something Christian had said previously had made her heart drop into her stomach, and then when she gets to the right end of the stick and realises he wasn't going to say anything bad, her heart rises back again. Her heart rejoined her chest from her arse. So I've got to feel... I mean, it's not all as bad as that. None of it's as bad as that. I think that's the worst from what I can remember. But yes, there are definitely some cliches to be edited out. And there's also probably a lot of description to put in there, because right now they're just moving from place to place and there's absolutely no elegance about the entire thing. All that will come out in the wash at 4:51 from me and my nearly 10k day. I hope this has been in some way helpful to see that even when you're achieving something, you can still be absolutely batshit crazy and it can still go in swings and roundabouts. So from me to you, wherever you're at, keep going, because one day you might hit a Oh my god, how have I written 50,000 words in 16 days type year? Only took me 10 years to get there. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Good night. Is this a sex scene? I did not write a sex scene this morning.